very it's not self-explanatory at all. So this is obviously checking for strike if we know what the code is about and we know the rules and everything. So to make it clear for everyone, we are going to refactor this. Expand method. I'm gonna call this is strike. Yep. And now let's take care of this. This is our strike bonus. So if it is a strike, I want to add the strike bonus. Refactor, expand method, and we can just call this strike bonus. Okay. What else? We have this, so we can call this spare bonus. And keep the signature step. Okay, so this way we made our code more readable by using helper methods that have clear names. Now it's time to run the test again, just to make sure we haven't messed up anything. We still have 4 passing tests, so far so good. In the main code, there's also another line that needs refactoring, and it's here. So this is technically the sum of the balls for each frame. So let's refactor this. Right click, refactor, expand method, and I'll call it sum of balls and frame. Okay, now it's suggesting that we have this same line here in our isPair method. So just get rid of this and call that function, call that method, whatever you want to call them. Sum of balls in frame. And we pass the frame index. Okay, so let's run the test again just to make sure that everything is fine. Yep, we're good. Okay, so technically we've implemented all 3 conditions that were possible for a bowling game, so it seems like we're done. Can we be sure of that though? We only have 4 tests, so we really can't be that sure. We definitely need more tests to cover many different scenarios. We can have a look at some of those. So let's look for zombies. So here, my last test case. One of the things that we need to check is the edges. So let's assume that we are getting strikes all the time. So we play the perfect game. Let's see if our code can handle it. Add test. Public void. Let's call it roll perfect game. And this is what happens. You would have 12 tens. Also think about the maximum points possible. What would it be? The total would be 300 because each frame can, I mean, if you have strokes in all of your frames, each frame ends up having 30 points. 30 times 10 would be 300. Okay, let's run the test. See if it passes. Nice. So this was a zombie. It's an edge case. So we just wanted to make sure that the functionality that we already implemented works well around the boundaries as well. We can also write another test case. You got spares all the time. The 21 comes from the number of turns. So you have 2 turns in each frame, and if you get a spare in the 10th frame, you get 1 more throw. So the total would be 21, and each of them would be 5. So that's only one of the possible cases for spares. That's just something to keep in mind and pay attention to, especially if you want to do the extra credit. And in this case, each frame ends up having 15 points, and 15 times 10, 150 total. Now let's check this one too. Okay, cool. So that worked. We have the functionalities to calculate the scores of a bowling game, and we have bare minimum amount of tests for developing this code.